If I had to give Paul's Bookstore a name or a title from a book, I would have to say The Incredible Journey.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Paul's Bookstore opened on State Street in 1962, but Paul's existed since 1954. My name is Martha Askins, and I am the youngest child of Paul Askins, who is the Paul from Paul's Bookstore. My parents are Paul and Caryl Askins. They had 4 kids, and my sister Libby is the oldest, then my brother Greg, then my brother David, and then me, Martha. The story goes that he really started kind of delving into used books when he was in college. After he graduated from college, when he was finished in the Navy, he worked selling textbooks in Missouri, but eventually found his way to Madison and was the book manager for the University Co-op. He met my mom there. She was in the art department, and they got married. And the story is that he came home from work one day and said, I want to open my own used bookstore. It really is unique about it, besides its old-fashioned kind of quality, is ambiance of the place. You know, the rugs on the floor that were bought over the years, the plants in the window, and the music that was played there. My dad always played public radio. Classical music was always kind of the mainstay. And then when my mom took over, we also started playing more jazz, a little more opera at times. So the music, I think, is part of the atmosphere of the place that I think a lot of people came to appreciate and expect. Looking out the window of Paul's Bookstore, you think, okay, what has Paul seen in that time? And one of the things that I remember being a kid was, of course, the Vietnam War era. And we, watched the news every night. I was a little kid, but I remember those days. And I also remember the concern that my parents had about the windows on State Street. The only time I know of that the window was broken was during the George Floyd marches on State Street. Of course, it was an inconvenience for us, but it was just so understandable. I remember being down there cleaning up, and it was like, hey, it's a window. And this was just such a horrible, tragic event. Just because it saw so much, it was there so long, and it has a story arc like every story does and like every family does. Its long tenure really was an incredible journey for lots of people. People came in and loved the store and said nice things, and people told us about their parents meeting there or having dates there. And people said that it was a safe place. When I said that Paul's was old-fashioned technologically, it was always, though, kind as times changed. And I feel like everybody was really welcome there. And I'm super proud of that. Thanks for coming in, and thanks for visiting us and being part of our community. It was, the bookstore didn't exist without the customers, and I'm glad that people had a good experience there. One of my mom's favorite book titles was Goodbye to All That. I think that would be a fitting thing, is Paul's Bookstore saying goodbye to all that.
Perfect.